Hello everybody, it's Elena, and in today's video we are building a tiny cottage with the lighthouse. And I built this house on the little 20 by 20 lot in the beachy area of Brindleton Bay, and I know that I just built a cottage on this lot like last week, but as I said, I wanted to make like a cottage with a lighthouse, and I wanted to like make it small and whatnot, so I figured that this would be the best lot for this cottage. So I'm sorry that I am building on this lot like again, but I just figured that this would be the best one for it, and I don't know, it's fine. I was like having a pretty hard time figuring out what I wanted to build for this video because I had a lot of inspiration for a house that I wanted to build, but what I like started building was pretty big, and I realized that I didn't really have time to finish it before today, and like I didn't have time to, build the entire house and then also do the voiceover. So I think I'm posting that house in my next speed build, and then I decided to go ahead and build a tiny little cottage for this video. And I was like browsing Pinterest and looking on Google and everywhere because I just had so much trouble figuring out what I wanted to build, and I stumbled across this little house with a lighthouse on it. And honestly, I thought that the house was pretty ugly and I didn't really like it, but I did really like the idea of a lighthouse, so I just went with that idea and made up the rest of the house myself. So it's really not inspired by that house that I saw in the picture. The lighthouse was just kind of inspired by it, and I really like this house. It kind of takes me back to the days where we had just gotten the cats and dogs pack, because this house just screams Brindleton Bay to me, just like the style of it and the items that I put on the outside. It just screams Brindleton Bay, and I love it so much. It just like reminds me of the good old days, so I think it's cute. And I do have a story for the sim who lives in it, or I kind of like have a story for it, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in just a few minutes or so. But first, I just want to talk about myself. If I seem different or just kind of a little bit off in this video, it's because I'm not really doing so good right now. I feel pretty ill, and my brain just sort of feels really fried, and I don't know how to like think straight right now. I'm having a lot of trouble just like looking at my computer monitor and whatnot, and I'm not really feeling my best, but I do just want to sit here and record my voiceover. So if everything's just like a little bit off and bad about this video, I'm very sorry, but it's just how it is today, And in my last video, the one that I posted Saturday, I did also mention that I was feeling a little bit off, and that was like the first day that I had just like started feeling a little bit ill and whatnot. But well, I didn't feel ill at that time, but I was feeling different. I guess that day I thought it was just like stress and whatnot, because I did have a pretty rough week last week. And then last night I was out for dinner with some people, and I just started feeling really sick. And yeah, I don't know, my entire body is just aching, and I feel really dizzy and like nauseous, and I don't even know, but I don't know if you guys can like relate to this, but sometimes when I feel really ill, my body just feels like it's so much heavier than it normally is, and I just lose all of my strength, and literally like my arm, when I lift it up, it just falls down. That was a little bit dramatic, but it just feels a lot more heavy than it normally does, and I don't feel good. I don't know, I just feel weak and bad right now, so I'm sorry if I'm acting really weird. I don't really know what to do about it right now. I feel like I just have to relax and get over it that way, I suppose. I did try to do some schoolwork today because I do have a lot of assignments and deadlines that are creeping up on me, but I just could not focus. I did manage to get a few things done, like I just did some reading and some other stuff that I had to do, but when I had to like do stuff that I really had to think about, it was just too much for my brain, and I just had to shut it down. And I think I sat there for like an hour and a half, and it was not going well. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to like put my mind elsewhere so I don't start feeling super bad about not doing the schoolwork that I was like supposed to do today, because I just can't focus on it right now, and that's not necessarily my fault, so I have to stop beating myself up over stuff that I can't control. That's something I just have to like learn just in general. Yeah, but anyway, so as I said, I do have a bit of a story for the sim who lives in this house, and I imagine that this sim is like a writer, and I know that's kind of similar to the house that I built on this a lot last week, because that was for a painter, and I did like a little painting studio in that house and whatnot. but this house is for a writer, and I imagine that they really wanted to live close to the ocean, and they like to sail and whatnot, so I imagine that they have a little sailboat down by the water, but I obviously couldn't put one right there because it's not on my lot. But I do imagine that they have one down there and they just go for a little boat ride once in a while. I just feel like that sounds really peaceful. And so they really wanted to live by the water, and they were browsing the market and they came across this house with the lighthouse attached to it. And it was like really cheap because not a lot of people want to have this lighthouse, but they thought that was kind of perfect for them because they have a lot of time and they can take care of this lighthouse, and they thought it was kind of cute, you know, but I don't really know if they really knew what they were signing themselves up for, and I don't really know anything about lighthouses, but I do imagine that you kind of have to take care of them in some way or another, and you have to repair some stuff and make sure they don't go out and stuff. You know, there's like a bit of work with this lighthouse, but they didn't really care too much about that, and they just wanted to live in this house by the ocean, and they thought that it was perfect for them because it was cheap, they could afford it, and it was in a perfect location. So they decided to move into this house, and they're just like currently living their dream of living by the ocean and just writing their little books. So in the bedroom, I decided to put like a little writing nook because the shape of the bedroom was kind of odd. So I decided to put a little writing nook with a bookcase and a desk and obviously a computer. Well, it's the like typewriter computer, but it's technically a computer in game, and I just thought that was really cute. So that's kind of as far as I thought about the person who lives in this house. It's not really too much of a story, but I thought it was pretty cute. And as you just saw, we just finished up the second floor of the lighthouse, and I just kind of put some chairs and a few plants in there. I don't really know what's actually in a lighthouse, so that's all I put in the lighthouse. But on the outside, you might have noticed that I didn't actually put any lights or anything. I did try to put some wall lamps on the top of it, but I thought it looked really weird, so I just ended up removing them. And I feel like we're just gonna pretend that the bit itself kind of lights up in the dark or at night, and that's how it lights up. It doesn't have any lamps or anything, so I hope that's okay. It didn't look good, so I didn't want to make it bad and ugly on purpose, you know. But yeah, on the first floor, towards the end of the video, I put a flower arranging table because I thought that was just kind of cute, and I didn't really know what to put in it, so I thought a little hoppy room would be kind of nice. So that's what they have in there, and I feel like their hobbies are to just do some flower arrangements and also go on boat rides, and then writing is what they do for a living. So I feel like this person is just living out their dream of living a very slow and calm, peaceful life on the beach in Brundleton Bay. That's it, yeah. We're just about done with the writing nook now, or the book nook, I suppose. That's kind of cute, I like that. And we're just doing the bedroom. I decorated this house, the interior, in a very like traditional way, I would say, and I tried to make it look very cutesy and like cozy. I don't think I mentioned this, but I sort of implied that they live by themselves. Like I imagine that it's only for one sim. I'm messing up my words so bad right now, sorry, but I imagine that it's only for one sim and they just live here by themselves. And they're just super content with that, and they like it. Cottages are like some of my favorite builds to make like ever, and I have so many videos of me building cottages on the channel. So if you like want to check out more of them, then I have many of them on the channel. I didn't even mean to do like self-promo right there, it just kind of happened, sorry. But I feel like cottage core-ish kind of style, or at least like my take on it, is one of my favorite styles to build in, and recently I've been doing a lot of modern or modern-ish builds, and it's kind of out of my comfort zone and I don't like them as much. But even though I do want to also build modern houses, and I am starting to like them more because I do feel like I'm getting more comfortable with them, I still love cottages in more traditional houses the most. But right here we have the kitchen, and I really like the kitchen. I think the dark blue swatch of the country kitchen kitchen, oh my god, that was a lot. That swatch is really pretty. I really like it a lot. I don't think I've used it that much, but I do think it's one of my favorite swatches. I love all of these swatches, honestly, well, most of them. And yeah, I use that kitchen a lot because it's just one of my favorites and it fits really well into like this style. And I like it better than the one we got in Cottage Living. Although I do like that kitchen too, but here towards the end of the video, we are just finishing up the room that we're working on right now. We're just doing some dining room stuff, I guess. I didn't manage to fit any living room related things in here, no TV or anything. I don't think they really care about a TV though, so I feel like it's fine. But I hope you guys are having a better day than I am. And I think I'm just gonna go lie in my bed and pretend I don't exist now, because that's all I really feel like doing now. I thought we were like closer towards the end of the video or the voiceover, but we still have about a minute left. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of it right now. So I was about to do my outro and everything, but not yet. But let me know in the comments whether or not you like this house. Let me know what you think about it, and also tell me how your day's been. I hope it's been better than mine, as I said. So yeah, let's just have a little chat in the comment section. I love to chat with you all in the comments. That's one of my favorite things ever. But thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna do the outro now, I suppose. And I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it was kind of like strange and whatnot, but I hope it wasn't too bad. And you can obviously download this house on the gallery. My gallery ID is LacyLena, just like my YouTube channel. And like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content and you aren't subscribed to my channel already. And then I cannot wait to see you all in my next video that I'm posting in 2 days, because I do post videos every other day. Bye everybody!